Hello, my dear students. I, Hina Kausar, welcomes you again for my today's lecture. We are under the paper The Social Construction of Childhood. So far, we had covered many of the topic from the first unit and the second unit as we have started. Today, we are going to cover two very important topic, that is children's book and children's toys. So let's begin with the first children's book. Children's publishing, unlike adult publishing, is about negotiating cultural spaces in a very fundamental and active manner. In children's publishing, this negotiation is a collaborative effort between the writer, editor, illustrator, teachers, parents, and the young readers. The cultural space is defined by all these participants, and complicating the issue further is the fact that children, when they begin to learn to read, possesses much literacy already. These literacies are often acquired through the popular culture narratives they encounter from the time they are born. Every community has a rich popular culture, whether urban, rural, rich, poor, and born out of narrative desire at an individual and collective level. In psychoanalytical terms, we understand that this is a response to a series of deep drives, anxieties, and desires which lie in our unconscious mind. I have presented to you students some of the cover page of different book. I hope you have seen this book or read this book earlier. So the stories we need to hear over and over again are the stuff of popular culture, literature and art. Narrative fantasies of children can be observed in their play. They are highly gendered narratives and explain why certain formulaic narratives have continued to appeal to particularly one gender or the other down the centuries. Why boys play with guns and girls with doll or their equivalents. Instinctively, whatever their cultural backgrounds. We are obviously by nature fiction making beings, and popular culture constantly addresses the desires and conflict of sexual identity. This basic narrative desire in children is hugely exploited by a crude cultural industry which churns out toys and games, films and advertisements, computer games and cartoons, magazines and comic strips through the all pervasive media, print, television, and the World Wide Web. Giant toy and media businesses continue to tap children's need for narrative fantasies with unerring accuracy and cunning. Shorn of any relevant cultural relevance for most children but with powerful appeal. The narratives have been completely globalized. You only have to think Disney, Barbie, Power Rangers, Nintendo, etc. to understand this phenomena. Unfortunately, popular culture has become a culture of consumption, and there lies the danger. Children's books can become sites of negotiation and transformation. Every text they encounter leading them to new literacies. In the absence of imaginative text, children acquire a kind of dominant literacy which reinforce the same values and morals of the popular culture they have been exposed to. For example, the magic of the Harry Potter series. Children love Harry not because he is fantastic, but because he is familiar. Harry Potter phenomena has shown us why with the more eyeball grabbing forms of popular culture like cinema and TV in drawing a whole generation of children to the book. Other popular books of children are Cinderella, Snow White, Hansel and Gretel, Buffy, Elf, etc. So these were all about the books. I hope you have connected with the books and maybe you have remembered or recalled your old memories, and that is what the childhood and books. Next topic we are going to cover up, that is children's toys, gender agency and reproduction. So here is the explanation goes. Gender is commonly understood as something that resides in the individual and impact behaviors, preferences, aptitudes and interests. But the social learning theory had enlightened that the targets, the children, learn to become masculine and feminine through the socialization process. As again I have shown you one image here. If you see it carefully, this all side is pink and this all side is blue. But in that many images, some material is being kept. One girl and one boy also you can find out. But just learn this now, that the word learn is important since it implies that this process is not natural but constructed. Through the observation of the agents of socialization, the parents, but also the toys in our demonstration. A modeling process will appear and the differential treatment of girls and boys will produce gender differences in behavior. As we can see, again I have presented you one image that the girls played with a plastic kitchen and imitated their mother vacuuming, whereas boys could enjoy electric cars and made their action man. Dolls fight against each other. Children fight to play the electric cars, and girls usually stole an action man to play the father with their Barbies. Boys rarely played with girls' plastic kitchen and never asked for a Barbie. I hope you have understood this, what I want to say, that girls want that Barbie to have a partner, so they always take the boys action man doll to pair that with their Barbie doll, and because of that they always fight and this goes, but boys never ask for the Barbie doll. So this is all the explanation goes, and will continue. Toys plays a great role in reproducing the gender categorization that the society seems to impose, since by clearly separating toys into gendered categories, it organizes relations of inequality that the individual will experience all along their lives. Not only parents are almost forced to choose girls or boys toys as their child is a boy or a girl because of the marketing strategies of colors and choice of words on the boxes containing the toys. But the children are also targeted to unconsciously favor the toys pre-selected for their gender. This categorization of boys and girls into gendered boxes creates an invisible wall between boys and girls, which are raised as a consequence as opposites. Toys can embody what the society expects children to learn by discovering through entertainment how to be and how to stand within this society. According to John Acker, the environment is not gender neutral. Gender is presumed and reproduced in the society. Being confronted to someone different helps in the definition and the notification of the opposite. With the genderization of toys, the society differentiates boys and girls into strict opposite categories, instead of teaching them that they are equal above all else. Individuals not only incorporate rules but also begin their understanding of the social world through play and games. But if those plays and games are gendered, the child will assimilate it as well. By encouraging children to fit into gendered categories, threatening them with the risk of being rejected if they are not conforming, it feeds the renewal of an unequal society. This is why a genderization of toys is harmful for the equality between human beings, since they reproduce a biased vision colored with sexism of this society in which children evolve. So let's see quickly the summarization of this topic. To sum up, toys are not just toys. Toys are the first window open to the world in which children will be raised and will grow. Toys should not become the first step of a gendered society. They should not be the minefield of discriminations that prevent some people from being happy because they are not comfortable with the persons they are because they look like outsiders for the society. It may seem exaggerated to award this power to toys, but if toys are not the problem, this stereotype they embody are. Children are the future adult of this world, and stereotypes bring about a lot of discrimination for both men and women. Women are the first victim of those stereotypes. If toys remain gendered, they will remain the eternal princess in distress that only men can rescue. Their intelligence and braveness will continue to be questioned, and the glass ceiling women experience in every job will never be broken. As you can see from the image, girls always like to play with the doll house and dolls, kitchen set, whereas boys love to play with the toys like car, bus, robots, etc. So this is all about the gender, that what type of role they are going to play in future. So one type of stereotype is being fixed in the mind of children through toys. So therefore toys also play an important role in gendering socialization. So student, this is all about for today. I hope you have understood the today's explanation, that is about the gender, children and children's book and children's toys. See you in the next session. Till then, take care. Goodbye.